Hello, everybody. And Adona, thanks for inviting me to do this. I want to try to keep this to a quick meeting because I know how valuable everybody's time is. I know what it's like being in the field. So a little bit about myself. I actually came from corporate America. I worked for IBM. I started at a very young age at 17. And, every 15th and the 30th of the month, I got a paycheck. And I took an early retirement actually from IBM a long, long time ago. They had an amazing package, and I joined Remax out of the gate when no one was ever really joining Remax. So I know that we work for, or we attach to the best real estate company in the world. The tools that we have are amazing. And everything is always focused around how to get leads, how to operate, how to do better. And there's one thing that we don't talk about, which is the money. And so I think it's really important to manage your money. And these are things that people don't really discuss. And so maybe going out on a limb a little bit here, but I would like to share with you what I did. And going from, getting a paycheck every 15th and the 30th of the month to getting a commission check, like what? 100% commission. We work in an industry that's like no other, as you know. The stress that we have dealing with customers, dealing with everything. So I'm all about how do we reduce stress and how do we get to financial freedom? And so that's what this is all about. So I called it Realtor Financial Security, a strategy to live less stress, more freedom, and retire with financial independence. Why isn't my thing working? It's not working. How come? How come? There it is.
There you go.
So we're going to build wealth. Okay. That's what's really important. And I learned a long time ago when I did my first, I started the first year, I didn't make anything. The second year I made 25,000. The third year, I think I did 75 and then 100. And then I did a deal with some nice lady. I was in the 100% club and I thought I was doing pretty good. And we were at the awards dinner and she got platinum, which is 250,000. My God, I was floored. I went over to her and I kneeled down and I gave her a hug. I said, "You're my hero. Like $250,000 is a lot of money. How do I do that?" And that's where I set my sights and never missed after the third year. And so we have an incredible opportunity being with Remax and the tools and the support that we have. And we're independent contractors going from a W-2 to a 1099. We live in a 1099 world. We have no monthly salary. We have no 401k. We have no health plan. Sick days, what's that? Paid vacation days, what the heck is that? Retirement plan? I wonder how many people have a retirement plan. When I went to my accountant for after the second year, when he did my taxes, I guess probably the third or fourth year, he told me about a set, and we'll get into that. But you have to start planning. And even though it's difficult, and we know how difficult the market is, in 30 plus years, I've never sat back and said, wow, we're in a great market. Checks are just flowing. We have to always work like this, right? So I always ask myself, am I an independent success or an independent failure? That's the stress I put on myself. Here's when I started, this is what happened, okay? You get a commission check and it goes into house checking account. And I find that most realtors have told me this is how they operate. And, you have a spouse or a partner or whatever, and everybody's looking at the house checking account. Oh, we got a commission check. We need a new couch. Here comes the commission check. We never want to be in a position that we're waiting for the next commission check, okay? And so I call it divide and conquer. You have to split up your accounts. First and foremost, you need a Remax operating account, your own personal Remax operating account. You need a house checking account. And this is my opinion. You do whatever you want to do, but you should be the only one operating your Remax operating account. The family, partner, spouse, whatever, that's the house checking account, right? You need a tax account. This is a tough one. It's hard to do this, but you need to have a separate tax account. You need to have a savings account. I call it a fun account, but miscellaneous, it could be saving for college, saving for whatever, but I call it a fun account, an extra account. So this is what it looks like to me. You have to run your business like a business. You know, you do that for your leads and clients and tracking deals and everything. What about your money? Why are we here? Why are we working? This is what we should be doing. So my strategy is I get a commission check and it goes into my Remax operating account. And from there, I decide where it's going. I put myself on a budget, okay? So divide and conquer. My Remax operating account, I pay all my business expenses out of my Remax operating account, marketing, operations, equipment. I have a separate Remax credit card. So when I'm doing business, buying something, whatever, everything comes to the Remax credit card. And this also serves as my reserve account. So I want to dump as much money as possible into this account, then decide where it goes from there. I recommend, and I know this is hard for some people, especially when you're just starting, is to have 6 to 12 months in reserve. Now, when I started in the beginning and I'm waiting for a commission check, you know the stress that you get waiting for a commission check to live. So I was able to build myself up in the beginning to a 6 and then 12 months reserve. When you have that ability to have that money in your reserve Remax operating account, it changes your life. You live not so much stress-free, but you know, you're not waiting for that next commission check. And to me, that was a major change in how I operated, knowing that I had enough money in my reserve and just keep working, but you know that the money's sitting in your account. The house checking account, every month I decided what my budget was for my house, and I did an auto transfer. So whatever your budget is to run your household, whether it's 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever that is, on the first of the month, it goes into my checking account, my house checking account. And that's where I pay all my bills for my house. So I keep it completely separate from my Remax operating account. That's for food, shelter, insurance, utilities, and have a house credit card and kids, right? You have a tax account. I know everybody avoids this one. It's hard. But you decide you should take every commission check that comes in, if you can, take 20% or whatever you decide and put that money in a separate tax account. And pay your quarterly taxes, because when tax time comes, the stress is unbelievable, right? Sometimes to come up with that money to make that tax bill on April 15th, or if you're like me, you file an extension and it's every October. So you need a fund account. These are some of the things that I did. Let's say I want to go on vacation. I want to do something special. You know, I designate rentals, for example, or, you know, Saturday morning door knocking or cold calling on a Monday night or whatever it is. I take that money separate. And this goes back to when I was a little kid. We didn't grow up with anything really. And I had my birthday money in my left pocket, and I had my paperboy money in my right pocket, and they never met. So I would do things on the side to do something special for myself, right? And that's what I still do to this day. Now let's talk about savings. You need savings account. I mean, this is why we're working. You need to save. My accountant taught me from the second or third year to put money in a SEP. was probably one of the best moves that they ever did to help me. So my accountant would say, if you put 5,000 in a SEP, you only owe two or 3,000. You put 10,000, you owe 6,000. So the more money you put in your SEP, the less tax you pay because it's on your adjusted gross income. You can do a solo 401k. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with that, but with the recent changes, you can put up to $73,000 because we are independent contractors. And you can put up to $73,000 away without paying taxes on it yet. And then there's the Roth account. God, I wish I learned about the Roth account many years ago. It's such an amazing tool that they've given us. So build wealth. I'm going to switch now. So my first part was how to manage money. I have a lot of experienced people here, and certainly not looking to hurt anybody's feelings, but everybody manages money different. The second part here is using your tax advantage accounts to invest in real estate. And by tax advantage, I mean your IRA, your Roth IRA also. And this is an incredible tool. I'm not sure how many people have heard of do the self-directed IRA. I've been doing it for 11 years. It's an amazing, amazing tool of what you can do. Why put your money on Wall Street? Yes, if you know what you're doing, you have a good financial planner, that's great for some people. But the self-directed strategy says invest in what you know. What do I know best? I know real estate best. You build an IRA and you could purchase real estate with your IRA. Now, this is a very well-kept secret, it appears. I could tell you that any of you that speak with your accountant or your financial planner, they're going to say, you can't do that. Yes, remember, your financial planner wants to sell you Wall Street. I am not, well, I am partially on Wall Street, but I'm also heavy in your IRA. You can buy and flip. I have an internet connection unstable. I hope it's okay. You can buy and flip a property and not pay capital gains on the sale. Hello, I'm going to repeat, and go buy a property and sell it. You have to pay capital gains, right? You have to record that on your tax return. When you own a property in your IRA and you sell it, guess where the money goes? Back into your IRA. Now, when you take it out in the future, when you retire or decide to retire and use your money, that's when you pay the taxes. But you don't pay capital gains on it. You can buy a property and rent it, and the rental cash flow goes back into your IRA. Again, you don't put this on your tax return. It's completely separate. It's just like you have money sitting in your Schwab or Vanguard account or whatever. You can build a Roth IRA and then purchase real estate. I wish I knew this one a while back. This is amazing. I just did one. So you you have a Roth IRA. Let's say you have some money, a bunch of money in there, and you invest it. And there's a lot of, I think we could probably do another session on this if we have enough interest. You could let Adona know. But I'm just giving you a primer of what you can do to build wealth using the IRA. And I've done it. So you can buy, flip, rent, and grow your Roth real estate account and never pay taxes. I repeat, Roth IRA, you never pay taxes, and you could have a real estate property sending you money and never pay taxes on it. Now, if you don't want to invest in real estate, it's too hard. You can't find contractors to work with you. You can use your IRA money for someone else. You can lend money. You know, when you get offers from other agents or whatever, and they say they have a hard money loan. Well, guess what? you could be the person loaning people money. I did. I gave a guy a mortgage, paid 12% on it, plus points. He was able to buy his house that he needed, and then when he sold it, I got paid back. I gave somebody a home equity loan, same thing. Out of my Roth, it's incredible. So let's recap. This all starts with a business plan. Now, you all have a business plan. You all know how many deals you need to do to survive. That's your basic business plan, right? Is it 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 deals? You need to know how many deals you need to live and live good. And you divide and conquer using your separate accounts. Feed your house account your monthly budget. Feed your tax account and your fund account. And save using the tax advantage vehicles that you can, a SEP IRA, a solo, and a Roth IRA. It's your business. You go from this to this. And from here, we can go to here and be financially independent someday. And that's it. Any questions? We're good?
Thank
All
you
right.
for your time. Really appreciate it. That is a great for a new agent, and I'm interested to actually be in your next. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you, Joe. Very valuable. Appreciate that.
This is my little course that you've all graduated, and I just want to put a little blurb.
Well, I need a certificate.
I'm always here. Always appreciate your referrals.
Looking forward to the next one. Thank you.
So that's awesome, Joe. You got some great feedback, and there's some people in the chat saying that they're definitely interested. So if you are, email me, please, and that way I'll put something together and I'll pass it on to Joe, and then he'll know what to put for next session. A lot of people are interested, so thank you, Joe.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so
Hope
when
to help. I want to give back.
I appreciate it because, you know, like he said, he wanted to give back to us, and he said he wanted to present this for all of you guys. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you all being here, and I look forward to the next one. And now we're just getting to 10 o'clock. Do you guys have any other questions that we discussed today? You all feel comfortable with the mansion tax, the responsibility you hold as a real estate agent. If you have something under contract that the attorneys did not discuss with their clients, that you should bring that up. Okay, so we're all good. You know about the hub. Please visit our hub. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.